Section 8 fraud is being exposed. Regular Americans are tired of seeing people take advantage of the system, so now they are taking it upon themselves to report the people committing the Section 8 scams, and in some cases, the food stamp schemes as well. Watch these clips and see the lengths people are willing to go through to expose these fraudsters. Some guy said he's even going to look through the trash to see if the baby daddy's receiving mail. Yeah, people are not playing around.
I'm the type of person that will go through your trash and find a piece of your mail with the exact address. Yup, I'm calling Section 8.
And if I see you on here begging, I'm going to turn you in for food stamp fraud.
Okay? But what I'm not going to do is go back and forth with you when I'm going to just call the state on you.
I'm noticing that there's more and more Section 8 tenants that are trying to open an illegal child care center.
A lot of people think that they can outsmart the government, and they really can't. Whatever you think you're doing in secret, making money while on government assistance, getting paid under the table, you will never be able to buy anything of value with that money.
If you're on government assistance, be careful who you get into an argument with.
Listen, before y'all get on here and argue with me, because I just had to get his sister together. I'm not arguing with nobody that has a voucher or nobody that's defrauding the system. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Now, I could keep going if she want to keep going. I could just call the state, too. Okay? Because I think if your mom if somebody got a Section 8 voucher, I think only the people on the voucher are supposed to be staying there. I don't think it's supposed to be a whole bunch of different people. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? But what I'm not going to do is go back and forth with you when I'm going to just call the state on you. I'm just not going to do it. Like, you're not going to come on my phone. You're not going to harass me. You're not going to do any of that. Okay? Especially when I'm funding your stay. You're just not going to do it. When you're committing government fraud. We're just not going to do it. Okay? So it's just important to remember before y'all get online and y'all come at people, or before you text people's phones, or you try to harass them, or let your brother or anybody put a battery in your back, make sure that y'all don't need the state. Make sure that you're following all the guidelines. Okay? All right, thanks. Have a good.
She is not playing around. She was beefing with someone and found out they were on Section 8. Now she's threatening to report them. Imagine losing your benefits, losing your home, losing your food stamps because you got into an argument on TikTok. First of all, why are people putting their personal information out there? Why does the entire internet know that you're on Section 8? Come on, you have to be smarter than that. She is exposing all the beggars on BegTok.
Y'all tag anybody that's on BegTok. Any of them. I just was scrolling through to leave some messages on some videos, and the more and more I saw the BegTok, the madder I got. So tell all the beggars on BegTok, just right here, just tag them. If I see you, it's my mission. I'm going to be the BegTok villain. And if I see you on here begging, I'm going to turn you in for food stamp fraud, and I'm going to turn you in for Medicaid, Medicare. I'm going to turn you in for, if you get Social Security, they're going to cut all of that off. Because you realize you're not supposed to have like a threshold. If you're by yourself, your threshold is supposed to be like $1,000, maybe $2,000 a month. You're not supposed to make more than that. And so if you're making more than that, then we need to stop something. So you either stop begging, and let me tell you what, a friend of mine, her and her husband were together, and they split up without anybody knowing, and she went and filed food stamps, and somebody turned her in for fraud, and she legitimately had split up with him. Well, they got back together. She served 5 years in jail and had a $50,000 fine for fraud. For like 6 months of food stamps. So just think about that next time you want to beg. Like, I'm so done with it. Like, y'all just don't even know. I'm so done with it. I work so hard, and you work so hard, and everybody works so hard, that we don't need this. Now, I will tell you, there's a few people that are on BegTok. One guy in particular, he lives with his mother. His mother is sick. He's disabled, and you can see he's disabled. And he is one that I will even give money to. Because one, he doesn't beg all day, and you can clearly see that that is a person that actually needs help. But the rest of these suckers, you cannot make thousands of dollars through Cash App, through Venmo, and file for food stamps and Medicaid and housing. You can't have Section 8. Amanda. You can't have Section 8 and be begging on here every day. You have to claim that income. So, feel free to tag all the beggars because I'm fixing to come after them.
People really went from panhandling on the street to begging on TikTok. If they're receiving money from these social media sites, they have no choice but to report it. Before you even receive your first dollar, you need to submit a W-9 form. So if they're not reporting their income, these social media platforms will report it to the IRS. So when they go and do taxes and they see that they made more income than they were supposed to in order to qualify for these benefits, then they're going to have to owe the government. So either the IRS takes it from the refund, or if it's more money, makes them get on a payment plan to repay all that money that they got from the benefits. Section 8 tenants are opening up daycares in their homes. What in the world?
Okay, so had an issue over the weekend and kind of got some more information about it. So, okay, we had some tenants, and this has been a reoccurring problem. I want to know if anybody else has noticed this. I mean, it's getting more and more common. Okay, so I'm noticing that there's more and more Section 8 tenants that are trying to open an illegal, like, child care center in a Section 8 house or apartment. Okay, it's super illegal. It violates all Section 8 rules. You're not allowed to do that. But people keep trying to, like, just in the last year, I think I've had to evict like 6 people or 6 families, however you want to say it, like 6 households, okay, that were trying to run this illegal child care center out of their house. Okay, like they didn't have a business license, they didn't have anything. They just put a sign out, started advertising, and I don't know, like, is this only happening in Tulsa? Is anybody else seeing this go on anywhere else in the country? That's not the only Section 8 scam that we've been seeing a lot recently. So what we'll see is a tenant will have a Section 8 voucher and they'll rent the house, but then they'll never actually move into the house. So instead what they'll do is they'll sublease it out to someone that is like a cash tenant, right? So they're, number one, not paying any rent because Section 8 is paying it, and then they're collecting $1,000 a month as in pretending to be a landlord, right? So I'm just wondering if anyone else has seen this, anyone else has heard about this. Why is the news not talking about this, right? Like, I've tried to make news stations aware of it. Nobody seems to care. And I mean, it's not like this is a 1 or 2 time thing. Like, I mean, this keeps happening. Like every month I'm having to evict someone that violated these policies, right? And you know, it's not us necessarily evicting, it's the city telling us like, hey, these people got to go because they violated lease. So I don't know. What have you guys seen? Is it just me? Is it just Oklahoma? What's going on here?
Now, I know some of you may be thinking, why is this a bad thing? They're just trying to make some extra cash on the side. He stated that these tenants don't have any business license, don't have any insurance, and don't do any background checks on employees. That is a recipe for disaster, especially when dealing with children. He's the landlord and they're doing all of this behind his back. So of course now he has to evict them because the government is going to blame him if anything goes wrong. There is no way this man is actually being serious.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna start being an informant. Yep. If you want Section 8 and you got a home man living in your house, I'm looking at your address, I'm taking that down, and I'm calling Section 8. Yep. I'm the type of person that will go through your trash and find a piece of your mail with the exact address. Yep. And I'm gonna call Section 8. Yep. Yo, so-and-so on the 4th floor, apartment D. Yeah, they got somebody up in there. I don't know if that's the baby's father. You might want to check that out. She got a tribe of kids, so I know he ain't a father for all of them. Yup. Y'all gonna learn to get off the system when you don't need it. And for the kids, this ain't personal. Baby girl, baby boy, listen up. Your mom's made choices, all right? And in this life, there's a very important saying that says, if you ain't changing it, you're choosing it. November coming and some of y'all in a panic about, oh, my housing, oh, my snaps. What you panicked about? It was never supposed to be a long-term thing. Even on a regular day, your stamps can be cut off for any reason because it's called a bridge. Even on a regular day, open government, your housing could be pulled from you anyway because it's called a bridge. If I start seeing people in Walmart like 2-timing it, I'm talking about 2 full grocery carts and everybody else got like less than half of their first one full, just know I'm following you around the store. I'm gonna make sure I get the car and the plate, because if you so broke, you shouldn't be able to drive the fucking groceries home. You should be taking a Uber, and I'm gonna run the plate. I'm gonna get the address off the plate number, and then I'm instantly calling Snap. Yup, shorty had a whole bunch of Twinkies, bonbons, you name it. It wasn't nothing nutritional for them kids. And it's fucking clip. I'm the one. I'm the 1 and the 2. And the fucking 3. Try it. Said what I said. I'm coming for you. You goblin. Oh God.
This man is out here telling on everyone. This man is every fraudster's worst nightmare. This has to be a joke, because who has all the time to go and follow someone from the grocery store to where they live? Writing down the license plate and getting the address from that is crazy work. This just goes to show that people really are sick and tired of others taking advantage of the system. These are all the things that can be considered as Section 8 fraud.
Hello, my Section 8 TikTokers. It's your friendly Section 8 director coming to you today to talk all things Section 8. Today, I just want to touch a little on the topic of fraud and what constitutes fraud or may constitute fraud under the Section 8 program. As a participant of the Section 8 program, you are required to report any changes in the household composition as well as any income in the household. You are required to report that to your case manager in writing. Now, housing authorities have different policies and procedures as to how often you're supposed to report that income and how quickly you're supposed to report that income once you're receiving it. But nevertheless, as a participant on the program, any minor in the household who's receiving unearned income that must be reported in writing, and any adult member 18 years of age or older must report any unearned income as well as any earned income in the household. Are you a nail tech, hairstylist, masseuse, massage therapist, Uber driver, any of these self-employed positions? Are you reporting that income to your case manager? If not, that could be a case of fraud. Did you allow additional adult members or children to move into your household, but you didn't let Section 8 know that you had additional household members? That could be fraud. Do you and your landlord have a side agreement to pay something different from what Section 8 said you're required to pay? That could be fraud. Did you report zero income to your case manager, yet you received that PPP loan? Hold on. That could very well be fraud. These are just examples of what could constitute fraud under the Section 8 program. Now, I laughed about this, but we should take this serious. If you received that PPP loan, yet you reported zero income to your household, yes, that could very well be fraud. Why? Because you received that loan under the premise that during COVID, you had a business and you lost income because of COVID, and therefore you applied and received that PPP loan, yet you did not report that income to your case manager. Yes, that could be fraud. Yes, you could very well be terminated from the Section 8 program, and yes, you could be required to pay that monies back. Now, keep in mind, all housing authorities have different policies and procedures, so you definitely want to follow up with your housing authority in your state so that you'll know what regulations that governs your housing authority.
I understand if the tenant has a change of income, why it should be reported. And she is right. There's a lot of people that are in businesses that primarily function on cash, like doing hair, doing nails. So oftentimes, those people don't report their income to the government. You're not smarter than the government.
A lot of people think that they can outsmart the government, and they really can't. Whatever you think you're doing in secret, making money while on government assistance, getting paid under the table, you will never be able to buy anything of value with that money, especially if you're on something like Section 8. You may get away with it for a little bit, but as soon as they find out, they're going to put holds and liens on everything you buy. Bank accounts will be in the negative. Every little dollar goes into a checking account. They're going to take the out. Every paycheck you get, you're going to pay the government, then your taxes, and you're going to be ended with nothing. Government assistance is only to assist temporarily. You're not gonna make a bag. You out there lying about how much you make to save $800 on rent. Really? And you think you're gonna be the one to figure out how to get around all that? The government's been around for hundreds of years. So has government assistance. You think you're gonna be the one that cracks the code and be like, they ain't gonna catch me. That's how you guys get caught, because everybody thinks that way, and then you get caught and go to jail.
If you want to buy a car, a house, the bank is going to want to see proof of income. And if you use the income that you've been reporting to Section 8, you're not going to be able to qualify for a large loan. And this is where people make the mistake of inflating the numbers when they go and try to purchase a car or a home. And then that's how they get caught up, because the bank is going to report it to the government. And then someone will say, oh, well, I'll just pay cash for everything. Well, if you buy a car and pay more than $10,000 in cash, the dealership is going to report you to the IRS. And it's not because they think you're committing a crime. That's just standard practice. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, click on the video on your screen right now to see why people are so happy that SNAP benefits are back. One woman even ran out the house.